Hi there, I'm Dr. Joyce Knieff with Yggdrasil Naturopathic Medicine, and today we're going to talk a little bit about herbal medicine essentials. So first of all, what is herbal medicine? We're just going to start real basic there. Herbal medicine is the use of herbs, plants, as medicine. If you're a practitioner of Chinese medicine, the definition of herbs can be a little bit wider, where in Chinese medicine herbology, we tend to use things like minerals as herbs as well. So in most herbal medicine, what we're doing is we're using different parts of a plant, processing the plants, and using them to treat different ailments. The most common forms of herbal medicine that you'll see out there include herbal tinctures or teas, or whole herb capsules. These are the most common forms you'll see on the market right now. They all have different degrees of effectiveness. Also depends on what you're treating and what herb you're using. For example, there are some herbs where the active constituent is a polysaccharide. A polysaccharide is something that is very well extracted in a tea but might not come out in a tincture that well. This is why, in order to get effective herbal medicine to treat your ailments, you really need to find a practitioner who really has the herbal training and understands what active constituents are in an herb and what is the best form to deliver this herbal medicine. There's a common misconception out in the public where if it's natural, it's safe. And that's not necessarily always true, because if herbs are very effective, which they are in treating many ailments, then they do have the potential to interact with any medications that you might be taking. So in order to safely utilize herbal medicine, it is very, very important to find a practitioner who is comfortable with what the herbs do, how to make sure that you're getting the most effective form of herbal medicine, but also understanding the interaction between herbs and pharmacology. Naturopathic doctors are really good at this, as well as other very well-trained herbalists, such as the herbalists that are registered by the American Herbalist Guild. A lot of naturopathic doctors, and this is where naturopathic doctors and practitioners registered by the Herbalist Guild differ a bit more from lay herbal medicine practitioners, is that a lot of the naturopathic doctors have training around what are called low-dose herbs in their practice. Low-dose herbs are called low-dose herbs because they deliver a very, very strong therapeutic effect with a very, very low dose. Now you might be wondering, why low dose? Why not give more and have a stronger effect? And this is because these herbs can be poisons at higher doses. These herbs tend to have a little bit more interaction with existing medications if they're used incorrectly. So while herbal medicines can be very, very effective, very strong, and have way less side effects than using conventional medications, you still really do have to have a practitioner who knows what they're doing. Why would someone prefer using herbal medicine over taking a medication? There are a lot of pros and cons to this. Sometimes it has to do with the person's philosophy of health. It can also have a lot to do with accessibility of the therapeutic or what is effective for the person. For example, with conventional medication, they're usually very easily accessible through local pharmacies. If you run out of your script, then you can just go to the store and fill it. Most people have insurance companies that will cover the cost of their medications. A lot of hiccups can also happen in that area. There are a lot of medications that people have to take long-term, or some short-term medications like antibiotics that are not always indicated in disease states that don't need antibiotics. For example, if you caught a cold, you probably don't need antibiotics. If you're fairly healthy, your immune system is robust, then very likely you'll be able to recover on your own without the use of antibiotics. From a population standpoint, if we gave everyone who caught a cold antibiotics, we would be contributing to antibiotic resistance, which causes these super bugs that can really get us sick and make it a lot harder for us to feel better. From a personal level as well, from like a individual level, if you got sick and you took antibiotics several times throughout the year, this can also have a major impact on your gut microbiome and this can predispose you to gut issues like diarrhea, IBS, other infections, and it can weaken your immune system because your gut microbiome is compromised as well. So, if you do happen to get sick throughout the year, then herbal medicine might be a better choice. There are herbs that can be used that are antimicrobial in a sense that they're adaptive. They don't affect a lot of your gut microbiome the way that antibiotics would across the board, and a lot of them can help relieve symptoms that you might be having when you're sick. So one thing that is really exciting about herbal medicine is that there's always new research coming out. So when I started my training as a naturopathic doctor, I learned rosemary as a very basic herb for memory. But now there's more and more research coming out where the constituent of rosemary, rosmarinic acid, has a really big role in being able to regulate the immune system in a way that it benefits autoimmunity. Rosemary is also really effective at wound healing and cognitive improvement. And when it's combined with other Indian herbs that are known as Brahmi, things like gotukola or bacopa, these have been shown to really improve the memory and cognition of not just people who are healthy, but people who might have dementia or Alzheimer's as well. Hundreds of thousands of articles that are coming out about basic culinary herbs, as well as some of the more specialized herbs as well. So if you want to know a little bit more about herbal medicine, our clinic does a fully customized tincture dispensary where we talk about your issues and we put together an herbal formula specific for you. This is another benefit of herbal medicine, is that it can be highly customized and highly individualized. If you'd like to know more about how herbal medicine can help you, you can visit our website or give us a call. We're always happy to talk.